Let's go. This one maybe will be for the people on the West Coast, get a little late night action in, trying out different times and whatnot. You never know what's the right one, but we're doing it. We're doing it. Yo, what up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Book of Faces? What's up, late night people? What's up, the late night folks? The late night beanbag jam. Everyone's here for a dish of Clams Casino. Everyone's here for some late night Clams Casino. Yes. What's going on? What's the good word? What is the good word? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for showing up. Figured I would didn't have a chance to do a video today. Been jamming on a variety of different fronts. So I figured I would come in late night and just talk about the topics of the day that I was already gonna jam on anyways, because I had a bunch of topics for today's video, but I didn't have a chance to get to it, so I was like, let me just simplify this and just do a little live stream late night. I feel like that'll be a better way of distributing this information anyways, so I figured that was the move. So here I am, it's late, it's 11:53 Eastern time here in Big Ron's Kingdom of Florida, so I figured I would come on here and say, what up? What's going on? What's up, Katie? What's going on? What's up, people? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't mind, do hit the little arrow button, send it around to your pals. Let's get a little jamboree going, a little Clams Casino dish. Call Pompeo, send a DM to Pompeo and let him know that we're waiting. We're waiting, corn crispers. We're waiting for Pompeo to come and save America real quick. So this week, today I found out today that I had chronic sinusitis this past week. I did not have the corona clap. I had chronic sinusitis apparently, which means something around the other of just up in the nostril, ear, passage, carrier, whatever the fuck. But as a result of that, I've been a little bit off the beanbag chair. So I think now that I got a couple of medicinals, I should be back on the saddle. Corn cakes. See, I'm firing. I'm missing a beat. I'm missing a bop. I'm missing a beanbag. Somebody needs to email Pompeo on my behalf and ask him what in the heck he recommends for this particular thing. Pompeo! Pompeo! Where's Pompeo when you need him? Where's Pompeo to set the policy? Where's Pompeo right now? I need a Pompeo. I need him to set the policy, tell me how we do this. I need him to bring me back down to earth. God, come on now. All right, cool. All right, great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus. Biggie just showed up in the frame on the Book of Faces. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. People are like, take your vitamins. I know, beanbag. I took the vitamins. I had the gummies. I got the fucking emergencies and the whole thing. I got it all. I got some sun. I took a dip into the sea. I purchased a beanbag chair. I became a beanbag. I made a Clams Casino dish. I whipped up the finest Clams Casino of all time. I'm gonna be honest with you, Corn Pops. I don't even know what the hell a Clams Casino even is. I assume it's some type of casino where they only deal in clams. I assume you show up and they're like, meh, only the finest clams for you. So, anyways, trust the flan, bro. Trust the flan. All right. Pompeo said, take the sinus infection, turn it upside down, and make it into a clam casino. Pompeo! We need you. Save us. Save America. All right. Anyways, corn cakes. What I wanted to begin tonight's beanbaggery distribution center was with a couple of notations about just the bag of rice and twisted fire of flaming garbage that is everything happening on the planet at this current moment, and just the great deal of concern that your boy Roberto Sausalito has about this particular array of events. Because right now, You have Joseph Garbinet Marionette, wait, what state am I in right now, touring the nation with Dr. Jill Biden, and you got the first gentleman, who the fuck cares what Doug Emhoff has to say, but whatever, and Krusty touring around the nation to tell everybody about all of the great things that the Corona Clap Relief Bill, aka the American Rescue Plan, and they're gonna fucking get all these great press hits about how great this rescue plan is. Rescue plan my bag of rice. Rescue plan my beanbag. You know, somebody says, trust the phlegm, bro, on Facebook. Yo, I probably did. I probably should have. Trust the phlegm, bro. Great. Dope. Great. Grand. Wonderful. No yelling on the bus. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So, as I have been alluding to lately, I find myself extra specially twisted into a pretzel bag and just burnt in an incinerator. Anytime I see any topics that specifically relate to financial matters in these United States, this US and day, and it always concerns me, and just as a roundhouse kick to the dirt star every time I see somebody talking about financial matters that relate to the fucking government, and the government just tickling our beanbag with stimmy checks, and then just being like, take it, you need it, and then just like being a pimp, and like coming back weeks later and just kicking us in the face and telling us that we're their main earner, and just forcing us to work the streets while they fucking take $5,000 out of the pockets of every man, woman, and child in America, and then give you back $1,400 of it, and everyone's like, yeah, oh my god, thanks, Joe, oh my god, thanks, Daddy Joe. It's like, don't you jabrones understand that they're pulling it out of your right pocket to put it into your left? Like, what are we doing? And then FOWCHEE, like, I can't stand this FOWCHEE guy. Oh my god, I hate this guy. This guy is the most flippy floppy fucking bag of garbage. This guy is so terrible at his fucking job. And people are like, yeah, it's FOWCH. Oh my god, FOWCH. Put him on TV, FOWCH. It's like, this guy's a fucking flip-flop. This guy's a bag of garbage. This guy is the most flippy floppy. And like, I was watching, I'm sure everybody's seen the fucking news bag of shit on Clown News Network where Jake Tapper, the aforementioned anointed king of truth, Jake Tapper, the king of truth, was interviewing he was interviewing FOWCH, and he's just like, you know, this new research came out that said that there was absolutely no difference in the infection rate between people that were 3 feet away from each other and people that were 6 feet away from each other. And FOWCH is like, yeah, I know. It's like, yo, and it's like, I'm old enough to remember fucking 6 months ago in the heat of the clamdemic, when this piece of shit, Dr. FOWCHEE, this clown sneaker, this complete fucking hack, went to a fucking Washington Nationals game and sat in a seat right next to 2 other people, and was on camera with his diaper down, just like, it's like, fuck you, bro. Like, fuck you. This guy sucks. And it's just like, the sad, tragic part about this is like, and they were talking about it on Tucker tonight, Tucker, the most hated man in America, about just listening blindly to a scientist and then overweighing that over every other public policy and every other human being effect is a fucking horrible way to govern. It's just Joey Basic, and like, look, don't get me wrong, like, don't give me a roundhouse kick to the beanbag fam, but Donnie let this clown shoe work in there too. Donnie didn't get rid of FOWCH. I like Donnie, I'm pro Donnie, I'm team ballpark, but like, FOWCHEE was in there being FOWCH. Like, Donnie was all right with these lockdowns. Donnie was all right with FOWCHEE setting the fucking policy. So Donnie did not like save us from FOWCH. So I'm just saying, like, I'm pro Donnie. Don't get me wrong. Like, don't try to swan dive into my noose and at me. I'm just saying, FOWCH sucks. And FOWCH has been in there, and he's been allowed to be puppeted around as this fucking, listen to FOWCH. He's God. FOWCH is God. It's like, no. And this guy is setting the policies and coming up with these bullshit rules and making all the children suffer and making all the economy suffer and making everybody suffer with these arbitrary bullshit rules that Fauci is pulling out of his anus with a 37-foot deep sea fishing pole. This guy sucks. This guy sucks. So it's just like, fuck this dude. And it's just like, how long is this shit gonna go? Like, dude, the unforetold human suffering that's happening as a result of all this continued bullshit is tragic. And to think that we still have to turn the TV on and see 3'3" FOWCH standing on top of a wooden soapbox that Geppetto made in his laboratory, that Geppetto made in his workshop, and him and FOWCH and Pinocchio get up on the thing and they're like, man, we have to stay 700 feet apart. Like, fuck off, dude. You don't have to wear a diaper. 3 weeks later, you should wear a diaper. 9 months later, after 5 billion people died, you should wear 2 diapers. Fuck you. This guy's the highest paid federal employee in the United States, the most advanced nation the world has ever known. And we put this clown shoe in front? Fuck off. This guy sucks. It's like, you blow, dude. This guy is a beanbag chair embodied. This guy is a literal beanbag chair. I bet you if you roundhouse kicked him open, he would have beanbag kernels inside him. He is a beanbag. He's like not even a human. He's just a 3D hologram beanbag person that they're just propping up. The same people that are marionetting Joey Baseman around in the White House are just filling up Fauci with fresh, crisp beanbag kernels every single time they want to put him on the TV. And they're like, put a voice box in him and make his face still. Let's make him into a deep fake. It's like, fuck. It's like, yo, this is the worst. Are we, what are we doing? Like, Fauci is a literal beanbag person. And just Fauci is sitting in the stands at the Washington Nationals game, just laughing, eating a hot dog in a single bite, taking a foot-long hot dog and just being like, glucks it down his throat. And we're just like, oh my God, Fauci, you're so good. Give him all of our money. Put him on the cover of Vanity Fair. Put him on the cover of Vanity Fair. Fauci probably eats a hot dog sideways and upside down. He dumps all the relish and onions out. Actually, he doesn't even eat relish and onions. He just eats it with mayonnaise upside down. He just bites it from the middle and it falls apart. And he's like, 6 feet. And they're like, put him on Vanity Fair. This guy sucks. This guy's a clown shoe. Maybe if you had 35 years in your position and you got paid 500 claps a year on the taxpayer dollar for 30 fucking years, maybe you would figure out how to tell somebody that a fucking diaper does the thing necessary before 8 months later where you come out and say that there's 2 diapers. Fuck you, bro. You're fucking bad at your job and you're a clown shoe. This guy sucks. You don't have to be a scientist to know that this guy's an idiot. Everyone on the earth must suffer. Fuck off. And then they hide all this information. They hide all this information from everybody. They obscure the truth. They make everybody suffer. They shut off power for small businesses, destroy people's lives. The unforetold amount of human suffering. And this fucking asshole has the audacity to come onto CNN with Jake Tapper, garbage merchant of truth, and be like, yeah, that new study suggests that. It's like, yo, fuck you, dude. Fuck you, Fauci, you asshole. It's there's a point where I'm just like, let me not get angry about this stuff, but this guy sucks. And it's to the point where I don't know what other emotion to redirect into this particular matter other than fury at this point. This guy's getting everyone killed. The human suffering is unforetold. And we know for sure that the fucking number's been goosed. They say it point blank. It's bro, how are we still fucking doing this shit? What the fuck is going on? I don't know if anybody saw that video of that 65-year-old woman in a Bank of America in Texas yesterday or over the weekend or whatever that got fucking pushed to the ground and handcuffed because she wouldn't comply with the diaper mandate in a state that has no fucking mandates, arrested by a police officer. Who is this saving? Who are you helping? What the fuck are you doing? Now look, I'm all for compliance with the police. Don't get me wrong. The police give you a lawful order. I get it. I'm not upset that she got pushed to the ground. I'm not upset that she resisted arrest. She probably shouldn't have done that. She probably should have taken the cuffs and gone to jail or whatever the fuck else. What I'm pissed about is the fact that she's getting arrested in the fucking first place. That shit's stupid, okay? So I just don't understand. Somebody said Jess said on Facebook, unfortunately, Donnie did not have the authority to fire Fauci. Yeah, Donnie didn't have the authority to fire Fauci. Okay, fine. But you didn't need to put the guy up on the front stage in a press conference and literally stand right next to the guy. If I didn't agree with the dude, I don't know that I'd be standing in press conferences right next to this cat. I'm just saying, like, I get that, but, like, there's lots of other things that Donnie did. Remember, like, let's not forget, like, Donnie pushed the juice. Donnie pushed the emergency use authorization. Like, Donnie was widely behind this juice that we're also suspect of now, and it's just like before we just worship Donnie on a golden throne, let's not forget, like, if you feel a certain type of way about the juice and then you blindly worship every piece of ground that Donnie walks on, it's like, I don't know, man. So it's like, this shit is just troubling. Regardless of this fact, it's like I'm not gonna live in the past. Like Donnie did great. He was great. We needed him. I'm happy for him. I supported him. I'd vote for him again. I'd already voted for him. To be honest, like, I don't know that he's going to run in 4 years, and quite frankly, in a lot of ways, I kind of hope he doesn't. I kind of hope it's Ron DeSantis or somebody of a comparable nature that's younger, that's not going to put his foot in his mouth so much. I think that we'd be all better off. And I think if all the people that were rallying behind Donnie could rally behind someone like a Ron DeSantis, I think we'd be in a lot better shape. I'd like to see a Kristi Noem on the ticket. I think Kristi Noem is on point. And I think there's a lot of other good people that probably wouldn't have goosed us like that. So, hey, whatever, but like, Donnie, you can't just be a constant worshiper of baseball and just stand at the feet of every mistake the guy makes. A lot of people out there seem to think that Donnie is playing like 700-dimensional upside down underwater chess, hanging upside down from a Black Hawk with Pompeo tying his sneakers into a perfect little bow as they descend down to earth from a Black Hawk in a parachute, just like with a bunch of gold bars that they're just going to hand out to everybody as they slap the cuffs onto Pelosi and Eric Swalwell and all these clowns. Like, if this was the plan, like, this is not a good plan, bro. Like, we're getting bankrupted off the fucking charts. People are suffering at an unforetold amount. If this is part of some big bad plan, this plan sucks. Sorry, I hate to break it to you, but this plan fucking blows. You should have executed this plan while you had the power to do so. Like, you should have executed this plan when you had the ability to interfere in all of these selection rules, all of these mail-in garbage, like, when you had the chance. And now it's like, okay, but he's running a shadow super secret underground government in the Vatican, 3 leagues under the sea, in a pineapple with SpongeBob. Him and Pompeo are on Mars. Him and Elon and Tesla's great uncle took the Mars rover, and they're doing backflips in Mars right now as they do a great big plan with John F. Kennedy Jr.'s son, who's a hologram or whatever the fuck. Whatever. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I hope you're right. I hope so. I don't know, but maybe. But probably not. But maybe. I don't know. But maybe. I don't know. But don't worry, guys, because let's just put some false hope into some research, because I heard it from a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, and let's just blindly believe while we fucking take it into the news that Donnie is secretly working in an underground bunker in a pineapple under the sea to come and save us. Like, maybe, and like I've said 1,000 times, I hope so. I just don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. All right, whatever. Like, I'm just saying. And meanwhile, as we pay attention to this thing that we have absolutely no control over, that we can't do anything about, that may or may not be true, probably isn't, but might be, I don't know, maybe, whatever, I don't know. Like, I knew a Marine. He lived under a bridge. I went to Tuscaloosa. I met him under the bridge. He gave me a letter. It was written in Sumerian. I went to an ancient Sumerian decoder. It was on a tablet. I handed him the tablet. He smashed it into 1,000 pieces. Inside was a USB drive, 50,000-year-old USB drive. Came home, plugged in my computer. Donnie's the president. I don't know. I'm just saying, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah, I hope so. That would be great. Probably not, but I don't know. So yeah. So what I've been trying to say this whole time is not to dismiss this plan, because like, sure, maybe there's a plan. Let me, like, don't get me wrong. Don't twist my beanbag into a bunch. I'm just saying maybe there's a plan, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. I probably think there isn't. There probably isn't. Maybe not. Maybe, probably. But I don't know. But what I am saying is, while we're paying attention and or theoretically believing in this plan that may or may not fucking exist, that probably doesn't exist because I don't know, probably not, but whatever, maybe. We're losing sight and losing our precious time and attention focusing on the things that are actually happening right the fuck now, as we just like wait under the sea, like, yo, like Pompeo, Pompeii, like I'm at the water's edge, like with a set of binoculars. Like, is Pompeo? Like, where's Pompeo? Like I found the coordinates on the inside of a Doritos bag. I flipped it upside down. There was a QR code. It took me to PompeoForPresident.net, and there's a code. I took the code. I went upside down. I spun 3 times. I did three spins on a baseball bat after 1 drink of iced coffee. I closed my eyes. I spun around 3 times. I hit the pinata. Inside the pinata, USB drives, all the world's secrets. The world is under control. Everything is over. Pompeo dies the president. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. Like, I'm just saying probably not. Okay. And look, I'm not, again, like, I cannot reiterate this enough. Let me just make it specifically clear. I don't know for sure, okay? I don't know. I just don't think so. I don't know. I just don't think so. Maybe, bro, maybe. Okay, so I'm not trying to disparage anyone that follows this set of beliefs. What I am saying and what I am suggesting in very colorful language, because these are jokes, this is a comedy show, beanbag. This is a comedy show, let's not get it twisted, okay? What I'm trying to say is, in a non-comedic way, or in a comedic way, or whatever you want to say, is that, like, there's things that are really happening right now in real life. Like, Joey Basement signing things into law that are actually laws, that are becoming laws. Whether he's the shadow, non-existent president and we're living in some very peculiar, never before seen thing that was found on some document that is supposedly true, maybe, probably not, maybe, but I don't know, maybe, but probably not. Then, okay, well, if it's not true and it's fake and he's really not in control, whatever, this dude's signing laws in that people are enforcing here in America. And like, I don't know, maybe he's not. If you're going to say that he isn't, all right, but I don't know. It kind of looks like to me that he fucking is. So whatever. People are getting these stimulus checks. Where did they come from? A president that we don't have? They're just sending the checks from nowhere? They just came from the sky? Who's writing the checks? He didn't sign the checks. Okay, who did they need to sign the checks? Do checks even get signed? How do you sign 50 fucking million checks? How do you sign those? Are they signed? What's the signing? Does the Treasury Secretary sign it? I don't know. But a check is a check is a check is a check, and money's at the bank, beanbag. So if this guy's not the real president and they're fucking cutting checks and passing laws, well, then they're doing a pretty fucking good job of faking that they're the president. I don't know, but like, maybe, but like, whatever, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't fucking know, but it really kind of looks like that. I'm just saying. Okay? That's my position. Like, what the hell? So, like, maybe, but probably not. But, like, also maybe. So, I don't know. Whatever. They're coming for the gun laws. They're doing the free... I mean, it's like... Different laws as it relates to the juice, like pressuring. I mean, I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about? He instituted mask mandates. He instituted certain mandates that are in law, in practice, right the fuck now. Is the fake president doing that? Is the non-real president doing that? How the fuck are they doing that? Is he doing that from a fake plane? He's doing it from a fake plane from an Amazon TV studio in fucking Arizona. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Maybe, but probably fucking not. Look at this picture of Biden walking in the White House. The windows are different. Look at the windows. It's like, who cares? How many fucking sets of windows? What, they can't change a window? Windows can't get changed? Last time I checked, you could change a fucking window. I changed the windows in the front of my house, and I don't have the money of the federal fucking government. I don't live in the fucking White House. You know how big the White House is? You know how many windows there are in the White House? I don't know the White House layout like the back of my anus. I'm just saying, a fucking window in a picture that I don't even know if that's even the real picture. It doesn't prove shit to me. Maybe, but like, I don't fucking know. Do you have historical data about exactly which window that is? What that window looks look like when it was like that? Do you know that picture has not been doctored? Do you know that that picture is the right angle for that window? What if it's the opposite window? What if it's a window on the other side of the room? What if he's not at the White House, he's just in a white building? I don't fucking know, beanbag. I'm just saying, okay? Whatever. Maybe he is in a sound studio. Does that mean he's not the fucking president? Maybe he is. Maybe they're trying to throw us off of his location by acting like there's some mysterious window that nobody knows about. Maybe people are trying to plan an attack on him and they're just like, that's just either different window. I don't know, but I would wager that you also don't either. So as you're just like, tippity tap taparoo, he's not the real president, look at this window. It's like, what do you mean? Like, meanwhile, actual real things are happening, tangible things are happening here in America that we're not fucking paying attention to while we're looking at a fucking window. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe you might be right. You really might. I really don't know. I'm not fucking sure. I'm just saying, probably this isn't the thing that we should be paying attention to right now. It's a fucking window. I don't know. Like, what do we do? Like, I'm just saying, okay? That's my point. We don't fucking know. Veronica on Facebook, military don't salute. Okay, I don't know. Like, all right. Maybe they don't want to salute. Maybe their hands are frozen. Maybe they have their hands in their pockets. Maybe they don't like him. Maybe he smells bad. Maybe he asked them not to salute. Maybe they're having a bad day. I don't know. What does that prove, though? The military, I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, the military didn't salute, and they didn't salute those checks right into your fucking bank account. So I don't know what that has to do with anything, but maybe the military hates them. Maybe there's a secret underground military. Maybe. But I'm just saying, like, can we stop talking about this shit while other real, actual, tangible things are happening right now that are impeding on our freedoms right now? Maybe you're right. Maybe the fucking military is against it. Maybe there's a super secret, top secret underground plan. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's not talk about this so much because we can't do anything about it. Let's stop having this false hope or potentially false hope, and maybe let's just, I don't know, pay attention to the things that are happening right now. I don't know. People are like dogging me in the comments like, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know everything. I don't know everything about government processes when someone's a president or not. I don't know, okay? I'm just saying, for my stupid eyes, for me yelling in my phone, alone in my house in fucking Florida, what I can deduce is this is probably not the highest priority thing that we should be talking about. You could talk about it, you could think about it. I'm just saying I'm not talking about it because I think there's a lot of other pressing issues that are happening right now, and these things may or may not be true. But okay, it's a super secret, top secret plan, and the military is not saluting, and Joe Biden is not the president, and I live in a pineapple under the sea. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I hope you're right. I just don't know. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying. I didn't switch sides. I'm not on the other team. I'm not pro Joey Basement. I'm pro logic. I'm pro what I can see with my own two eyes. And look, it's an unpopular opinion. I get it. People want to come at me. Okay. It would be a lot easier for me to sit on here and tell you that Donnie and Pompeo are secretly planning a secret underground, super secret, top secret underground attack. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe, but I don't know. I've paid a lot of attention to a lot of conspiracy related content over the course of my life. And this is the thing that has come back to me that I have realized that has made me change the way that I think about stuff, okay? A lot of conclusions are drawn by people that are questioning the narrative, right? And they draw these conclusions about things, but they loosely tie a variety of different things that are true, partially true, and untrue all together. So there's 100 items on the plate of different things that could be happening. 81 of them are true, or 81 of them are not true. 15 of them are true, and 12 of them are partially true, or some other ratio. There's 25 that are true, 29 that are partially true, and 51 or whatever that are not true at all. And I'm just saying that, when you just jumble them all up, it allows you to guide your mindset to just validate anything that seems like it could possibly be related, and you just bundle all these things together. And you're taking 23 things that are true and 23 things that are partially true, and then you're lumping in another 50 things that just aren't true or are inconsequential or just prove nothing. And when I looked at conspiracy stuff all along the way, there's a lot of ways that you can you can get dragged out into things that are not factual, that make you confused, that devalue the whole plan. So I'm not going to come on here and suggest like I know some super secret cable, because the reality is if there was some super secret, top secret underground plan that really was happening right now, you wouldn't know about it. You would not know. That would be a pretty shitty thing for the fucking military to just be leaking on Instagram. It's like, what? And if it was true, maybe you shouldn't be talking about it on Instagram, blowing up the spot. These people don't have Instagram. They don't have YouTube. They don't have Facebook. The opposition, the people that are supposedly about to get clapped by this super secret, top secret, underground, world-changing, global, earth-shattering presidential secret plan, don't have Facebook. They don't have Instagram. Like, what? So I'm just saying, like a lot of people are conflating things together that are not necessarily true. And it's a distraction from things that are actually true, things that are actually happening right now, literal, tangible, real encroachments on our freedoms that are happening right now. Meanwhile, we're pumping this theory that Donnie's going to secretly come out of an underground cavern with all the warrants and all the documents, and all of a sudden Joe Basement is just going to just not be the president, and you're going to unravel the new Attorney General, Department of the Interior, Department of Health, Department of Transportation, Treasury. Every single person is going to be null and void. What? You're going to fire everybody? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know. It's just like, well, how much? How much are we how much are we going to buy this? It's just like, I think that this is a distraction from what would otherwise be productive use of time, and people talking about things that actually matter, that are actually going to move the needle, that are actually happening to real people in America right now. We're worried about a pineapple under the sea. It's like, no, dude. So that's my problem, is like, those things might be true. They really might. And I'm not saying that they're stupid. I'm not saying any ill will towards them. I'm just saying I don't know that this is the highest priority item to talk about. I think we should talk about things that are productive, that we can use to ensure and protect our freedoms going forward. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I think is going to actually matter. If Donnie's executing this super secret, top secret underground plan with beanbag SquarePants, then cool. Thanks, Donnie. Like, I hope he does it. I wish he executed a super secret, top secret, don't get everybody to get the fucking juice so fast. It's like, and now people are getting the juice. I saw today that there was the 4 people. I went on Forbes today and I looked up my boy Bruce Y. Lee, and I saw that he wrote an article about 4 people that were fully juiced, completely juiced, that got the clap again. And it's like, they got the clap. It's like, so you're going to take something that has a very low risk, that poses a very low health risk to the vast majority of people, the vast majority of young people. You're going to take this risky, experimental, unproven, un-FDA approved juice, and then you're going to get this shit anyways? It's like, what? And then on top of it, you're still in a diaper, you're still restricted, you're still this, you're still that. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, no. So, I mean, these are a few of my favorite things. This is my problem. So it's like, I believe that there are lots of problems in the world. I believe that there are lots of bad things happening in the world. I believe that there are lots of causes to rally around. I believe that there are lots of very bad people doing very bad things. I believe that it is possible that there are lots of different things going on that we don't understand, that we don't know. I believe that it is possible that the selection, the election, whatever, had some irregularities. I believe that it's very highly possible that a lot of this stuff was goosed. But the guys that were running the show that knew that this was coming, including Donnie, that knew years in advance, that this was going to be the way, that they steal it. And he didn't take the necessary precautions while he was in power to prevent these things from happening. I mean, I understand the guy's just one man, but if you knew it was going to happen, what about all those Republicans? What about all those Republicans that supposedly were on our side, protecting Donnie's back, blah, 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 that were going to go and make all these bold moves, then they didn't? What about that? if Donnie's playing 700-dimensional upside-down chess hanging from a tree in a Blackhawk, waiting for Pompeo to give him a SpongeBob SquarePants beanbag massage, then what happened with why did Donnie say that we should all go to the Cap on the 6th? Why did he say that? Why did he set us up in this trap? Why did he do that, knowing that these people were working nefariously against all of us? Why did he take all of his well-meaning and well-knowing supporters, after he's been telling everybody that it's been whatever, that it's been goosed all year, telling them to fight like hell, and send us down the street into a trap? I mean, like, are we gonna forget about that? The guy's playing 700-dimensional chess. He can think 500 years in advance. He's a time traveling anamorph, and his great grandfather time traveled him here from Tesla, and they didn't know that that was a fucking trap. All right, it's like these people are gonna do this. You knew they were gonna goose us. They were gonna find a way. I mean, the guy's supposed to be the most informed guy on the planet Earth, and I'm not trying to dog Donnie. Like, maybe he just got popped. Like, the guy's a human being. I'm just saying, like, we kind of got blasted, Pops. All right? He was talking about what's his guts about Pence. I hope Pence makes the right decision. Dog, this was your man. Pence was your boy. You were with Pence every day of the week. The guy, he's got Pence on speed dial. He doesn't know ahead of time that Pence is not going to do this shit. He doesn't know that. I mean, he obviously knows. So he sends us down there to make our voices known. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, read between the lines. Like, we all so blindly just support Donnie. And, like, I like Donnie. I'll say it 1,000 times. Like, I like Donnie. I supported Donnie. I voted for Donnie. I would do it again. But it's like, can we not acknowledge the fact that, like, you kind of set us up for a trap? And quite frankly, if this was the plan all along, that's a dog shit plan. There's people that are in prison right now for that. Prison. Real people. Real Americans. Real well-meaning American citizens, including a friend of mine, that's in prison. It's like, whatever, man. I'm just saying. It's like, Donnie pumped the juice. He pumped Moderna. He pumped all these fucking... He was all right with the lockdowns. He insulted other countries that were not doing lockdowns and saying that they're making bad mistakes. He was all right with them. He was all right with FOWCH. He was all right with putting FOWCH up front. He was all right with all of these things happening. He gave the power to the states, which in a lot of ways is right, but it took away all of our freedoms. I mean, whatever, man. I'm just saying, like, he set us up for this trap. We all got goosed, and like real people went to prison, and none of the people on the left, none of these supposed evil tyrants went to jail. But a lot of good-meaning people on the right did. A lot of Republicans did. So it's like, I don't know, man. Yet, like, you got people at CPAC, like, taking photos in front of like a golden effigy of Donnie. Talk about begging for us to look stupid. It's like, I'm just saying. Ray says on Facebook, remember he was going to lock up Hillary, but he got us locked up instead. Yeah, and I'm not trying to make this a moratorium on Donnie. Like, I think he did a lot of great things. Like, you don't judge a man by a single action or even necessarily a series of actions. It's like you got to just look at the totality of their effort and whether or not they were more good than bad. And like, I think Donnie did a great job. I give the absolute most respect and praise to the guy. I'm just saying, like, can we not recognize that this guy is a human being? All right, so it's like, let's not get it twisted. And that's why I say, like, maybe it would be better to have like a Ron DeSanta Claus or some other person running the operation. Where are you going, Biggs? That's always weird when the dog just runs out of the room at 12:30. But anyway, so I just think it's like, this is the thing. It's like, as we were all stuck in this perpetual state of confusion, I just think that propagating, I don't even know the right word, continuing this narrative that Donnie is somehow like in a pineapple under the sea and he's going to save us, I just don't think is helpful. I think that may be true, as I've said 100 times, like maybe. But I just don't know that we should pretend to or continue talking about that like we know it to be true. I think there's a lot of other things that we could talk about that would be a productive use of our time, that otherwise would move the needle more for freedom, for the Republican Party or America or libertarians or whatever you want to call us, whatever you want to say. It's like I think that would be more productive. That would be a more productive use of our time. That's all I'm saying. So that's my thought on that matter. What's up, Biggie? So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about this article that I read today, which I thought was funny and also horrifying by every stretch of the imagination. And I was going to make my video about it today, but I was like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, how is this even a thing? But like, I had so much to say on it that I didn't know how to condense it into the video, and I was like, let me just do this on a live and, you know, whatever. Maybe it'll be better that way. And based on my judgments at 12:32 in the morning, there's 150 people watching right now, so hell yeah, so rock on. So I'm going to talk about this article that I read today in CNBC that I think is just an absolute bag of shit, and it talks about the student debt crisis and all this fucking garbage. So I just want to address this article. So on the eve of all of this, like Biden rescue plan horseshit, saving America, fucking complete bullshit narrative that they're talking about as they try to get every single living sentient human being in America on the government on a never-ending reliability cash train from the federal government. This shit is fucked. It's so bad. So here's the article. It's on CNBC, which is just nothing more than clown news. To take it from Peter Schiff, it's like the Clown News Bitcoin Network, Clown News Bitcoin. I don't even think it says clown. Cryptocurrency News Bitcoin, whatever. It's trash. CNBC is garbage. I literally just watch it, read it, and consume it for fucking for jokes, for free material, because I'm like, these people are lying to us. Jim Cramer telling you, bye, so I just want to make you money. It's like, do you though? Like, these people are bought and paid for. They don't have your best interest in mind. They've been wrong about so many predictions. I remember thinking to myself one time when I watched CNBC, I'm like, if CNBC is so fucking right and they're making predictions left, right, and center about financial matters, why don't they, if they were so fucking good, why wouldn't they give us a scorecard of all the times they were right and all the times they were wrong? Because I would wager that they're probably a whole lot more wrong than they are right. And then there's this one dude, I forget this one dude's name. He always fights with Joe Kernan in the morning show. It's like this young lib, super lefty chooch, Brian, I forget his name, Brian Koppelman or something. I'll just type CNBC host. But this guy's like a total big government fucking shill, and like this dude's like no virtuous person, and he's always on there in the morning just being like, meh, I'm young, you don't get it, boomer. And I'm like, you don't get it, bro. He worked on that show Billions. I'm gonna look him up. I forget his name. Andrew Ross Sorkin. Andrew Ross Sorkin is like a total lefty, total lib, like total diaper, total toe the line type of cat. And he's like always fighting with Joe Kernan. And I'm like, bro, you suck. So anyways, here's the article. The article is, here's how a year without student loan payments has changed people's lives. Here's how, let me repeat that. CNBC article came out Friday. Here's how a year without student loan payments has changed people's lives. Translation. Here's what people did when they didn't have to pay the fucking debts that they chose to take on. That's the translation of that title. Here's what happens when someone didn't have to pay their bill for a year because the government stepped in and artificially prolonged the need for them to go and have to pay their own debts. I hate every single way and every single victimhood mentality and every single lack of personal responsibility virtue that this article talks about. It is sickening from word to word. Key points. The average student loan bill is $400 a month, and research has found those payments make it harder for people to save for their futures, open businesses, and start families. You already got me right there. The average student loan bill, $400 a month, and research has found, that's what this fucking idiot, I don't want to say fucking idiot. I was listening to my live the other day and I kept calling the people that had lived a certain way an idiot. It's counterproductive. Let me try to rephrase that. This unaware person of how money actually works, or this person that's totally virtue signaling and just saying stuff that are obviously true but doesn't actually connect to what they're trying to say. The average student loan bill is $400 a month, and research has found those payments make it harder. You don't need research to know that it's harder to save for your future, open a business, and start a family by having a $400 a month bill. You don't need research to prove that. Yeah, if you don't have to spend money on a bill, you have more money to do stuff. You could start a beanbag company. You could save for your future. You could open a business. You could start a family. You could buy a new fucking office chair. You could buy Uber Eats twice a day. You could go to McDonald's and you could supersize it. Obviously, all these things are true. They're just dragging the most emotional triggering thing into the topic. Save for the future, open a business, and start a family. That's what they pick. Yeah, it'd be easier for you to it would be easier for you to get the double fish fillet at McDonald's too. Like, who cares? We don't need research to know that those payments make it harder for you to save money. What the hell are you talking about, you know? It's like, all right, that's the key point. That's the first key point in this article. All right, cool. Key point number 2, federal student loan borrowers press the pause button on their bills because of the financial damage wrought by the corona clamdemic. First of all, the financial damage was brought on by overreaching government lockdowns and mandates, not the clamdemic. That's number 1. Number 2, whatever. And then it says, key point number 3, the last 12 months have given them a taste of a different life. Cool. Okay, great. This article is the worst. It's been almost a year now since the U.S. Department of Education allowed tens of millions of student federal loan borrowers to press the pause button on their bills because of the financial damage wrought by the clamdemic. About 90% of eligible borrowers accepted that offer. As a result, life without the new monthly bills has become the new normal. That's what she says. So, oh my God. The first person that they cite is a woman that's a counselor at a charter elementary school in Lakeview Terrace, California. Lakeview Terrace, that sounds kind of nice. A charter elementary school in Lakeview Terrace. I bet she probably got paid all right. Last time I checked, all of the teachers have been getting paid throughout all this stuff. The teachers still got paid. So this woman has $100,000 of student loan debt. She's paying $350 a month. She lives in a place in California called Lakeview Terrace. All right? I don't have a Lakeview or a fucking terrace. Okay? And I don't have any debts that I'm not paying. But, I'll do some basic research on Lakeview Terrace, California. She works at a charter school in a suburban area in the Fernando Valley region near Los Angeles. Los Angeles is one of the most high-priced real estate in the United States of America. It has a large equestrian community, one of the few remaining residential areas in the city of Los Angeles with private homes zoned for horse keeping. Okay? I'm just looking this up right now, okay? We know that Los Angeles is outrageously priced. You think a charter school counselor in Los Angeles, in a suburb, an equestrian suburb outside of the city of Los Angeles that's been getting paid this entire time while these schools were shut down? You think this woman needs an extra $350 a month or she's gonna get clapped? What do you mean? Yet they're gonna make a case now for how this woman is such a, woe is me, such a victim. She lives in Lakeview fucking Terrace. Like, what the hell are you talking about? She might as well live in Golden View, a beautiful Homeville. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know how much a charter elementary school counselor makes, but they probably make more than a public elementary school counselor. They probably make more than a public elementary school janitor. They probably make more money than a public elementary school counselor in some other fucking place that's not in the San Bernardino Valley of California with suburban equestrian neighborhoods. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Okay, yet this woman is the supposed example of why this is so good, that they're canceling this woman's student loan debts for 12 months so that she can save an extra 350 beans a month. Okay, cool. So let's tickle this one. Let's tickle this one. Between going out less and not having to pay her student loans, she was able to save more than $12,000. Before the clamdemic, she had nothing in the bank. Not a single dollar, Flores said. She's 34 years old. You're a 34-year-old person with a full-time job, a counselor at a Charlotte elementary school with $100,000 of debt in a residential, overpriced equestrian community neighborhood with 100 claps of debt that you probably got by getting a high-level degree that allowed you to be a charter elementary school teacher. In order to be an elementary school teacher, you have to have a college degree, especially to be a charter. So she has a degree, has $100K of debt. She's 34 years old, and she doesn't have a single fucking dollar in the bank. A single dollar. The quote in the article is not a single dollar. Hey Flores, hey Anna, what the fuck are you doing? I would wager that you have a lot more problems in your life than saving $350 a month on a fucking student loan. How do you not have $1, Anna? How do you wear clothing to this interview, Anna? What fucking telephone did you correspond with to the person that interviewed for CNBC, Anna? How do you not have $1? Like, what the fuck? Move somewhere else. $1? You're 34 and you have not a single dollar. What the fuck are you talking about? That is horse shit. I'm sorry, but like, that is fucking bullshit. And now let me just set you up right on the perch and just fucking steamroll your beanbags, fam. Because this next one is gonna twist your fucking dick in a knot. Flores had been engaged since December 2019, but with no money saved, the cost of a wedding felt daunting. Oh, so you're fucking engaged, which means that you guys are sharing fucking bills and sharing expenses. What's your fucking fiance doing? How do you not have $1, Anna? Did you get a ring for your engagement? Do you have an engagement ring, Anna? Why don't you fucking sell it so you have more than $1? Who purchased the engagement ring? I'm just drawing conclusions. I'm just saying, think of the context of the article. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Okay, cool. The cost of a wedding felt daunting. Yo, here's a newsflash. Like, you could just have a wedding at the courthouse and then have a party with your friends at your fucking house. Hey, everybody, bring a fucking dish, bring a drink, come over my place in Lakeview fucking Terrace, and we're gonna have a little gathering at my house. I don't have $1 in the bank right now, and I'm $100,000 in debt, but I'm in love and I want to get married. And since I don't have the patience to wait until I can fucking afford it, or I can muster up a single dollar, maybe you guys should just come over my house and bring a potluck. Maybe bring a fucking dish and a drink for yourself. And we'll have a little party, and everybody will kick them $100. Thanks, I didn't have to go to some stuffy ass, stupid ass wedding, and now maybe we can all have a good time. And then maybe you'll raise a little money so you have $1 in the bank. I'm just saying. Have a potluck, Anna. All right, whatever. But who cares? Fuck me, right? Don't just wait. Okay, whatever. Having a wedding seemed daunting. Yeah, not everybody. It's not your fucking human right to have a wedding, Anna. That's your responsibility. You're 34 years old. You have $1. Maybe you should have thought about that. I'm just saying. What kind of planning are you doing? You're educating people in a school. You're responsible for counseling children, and you know how to figure out how to $1. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to pile on her. I'm just saying, for Christmas' sake. Like, what are we talking about? This is stupid. But whatever. I digress. Eat at Taco Bell. Yeah, so eat at Taco Bell for a couple of weeks. I'm just saying. What's your husband up to? Whatever. So now, again, like I just said, I just took your beanbag, I set it on a golden platter, and I'm about to steamroll it. That wasn't even it. Wait for this one. Wait for this twisted tea. Holy Christmas, I'm gonna pick it up off the ground and clap you across the face with it, Anna. Here we go. Get ready for this one, you beanbags. Cool. Here we go. I hate everything. I'm just kidding, but I'm also not. After she and her fiance had built up the savings, they began planning a ceremony. You don't say! They're starting a ceremony now? So you have $0. You have not a single dollar. And the fucking government postpones your $350 a month payment for 12 months, okay? And then all of a sudden you start planning a ceremony. $350 times 12 months is only $4,200 for 12 months? Okay, 12 months. Meanwhile, she's getting paid to work from home, which means you're saving money on dry cleaning. You're saving money driving to work. You're saving money buying lunch at work. You're saving money on gas. You're saving money on tires. You're saving money on quite literally almost every single cost of moving from point A to point B. A fucking coffee on the way, a water bottle on the way, lunch at work, gas, dry cleaning, clothing, extra fucking work that you gotta do, food that you pick up. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Imagine how much money she's saving by not driving to work. But whatever. Okay, but whatever. So she gets postponed this thing for 12 months and she starts saving up for a wedding. Here we go. Here you go now. Now, every sentient human being with a fucking half a brain cell and more than $1 in the bank can deduce this one. You know how long it takes to plan a wedding? You know how far in advance people plan weddings? I'm pretty sure you probably do because you probably have a friend. So let me tickle this one. Let me stuff this into your beanbag real quick. She married her husband, whose name I can't pronounce, in November in a small chapel with a garden with 20 people. 20 people in a small chapel with a garden in November. You know how many months you have to give notice to somebody to have a wedding? At least 2 months, which means that she started doing this in like June, July, August and planned it. So she hadn't even saved the full $4,200. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Drum roll. Drum roll. Roll out. Unflatten your beanbag, pump it up, grab a reusable paper straw and pump your beanbag up because I'm about to stomp on it. 20 people attended. They had more than enough money. They had more than enough. Can you guys hear me? They had more than enough money to cover the wedding. And the wedding cost, here we go, $8,000. $8,000. Anna's wedding cost $8,000 for 20 people. The music was so fitting with Emma. All right, let me do some math. I'm gonna do some math. Let's do some math. Bag of beans, rice hour. $8,000 divided by 20. That's $400 a person. All right, yo, that is $400 a person. $400. Okay, so let's just recap. Okay, let's recap. Think about what you could purchase for $400 a person. Okay, at a small chapel with a garden. Bro, you could have a party, 20 people? You could fit 20 people in a one-bedroom apartment. You could have 20 people in a one-bedroom motherfucking apartment. You could have the ceremony in the fucking park for free. $400? What the fuck? It's like, bro, like, are we paying attention? So a person that just a few months earlier literally did not have a dollar to her name, according to her, now throws an $8,000 wedding for 20 people. $400 a person. And this is we're supposed to be celebrating this on CNBC, that this woman is dodging $100,000 of debt and just blasted $400 a head on a fucking wedding for 20 people? Like, what the hell, dude? Her fiance built up the savings. Whatever. The pause really worked so much in our favor, Flores said. It allowed us to really dream. Yo, you should change your dream premises. You should change the thoughts that you're dreaming about, Flores. Because if this dream was to blast 8 claps on a wedding when you had literally $0, have you ever considered that maybe you should, I don't fucking know, keep $8K in the bank for a rainy day, Flores? What are you gonna buy lunch with tomorrow if there's some other issue? What if you fucking need new tires on your car to go to work? What are you gonna drive your car on? Dreams? Your wedding photos? Like, come on, bro. This is the same mentality. This is why we're in this mess. Because this type of shit gets celebrated. And nobody cares about what actually is going on. People are fucking financially illiterate, and it's disturbing. Now, I'm gonna take I know that your beanbag's been mangled into an indiscernible mush, but I got another one for you because the story doesn't end with this. The couple has continued to aggressively save, and they still have more than $4,000 in the bank. Okay, great. They finally have more than $4,000 in the bank. Congratulations. You should have that at age 34, but whatever, I digress. You have $100,000 of student loans. You have a high-end college degree. You're living with your significant other probably. You're engaged. You had an $8,000 wedding and you're 34 years old. You should probably have $4,000 in the bank. I'm just saying. They've also started investing and paid off much of their credit card debt. Investing, okay? Investing and paid off much of their credit card debt. Investing. Yo, if you're investing money a la putting money at risk, you're putting money at risk by investing when you still have debts, specifically credit card debts, paid off much of their credit card debt. Not all of it, much of it, which means that you are paying a high interest rate like most credit cards are, probably higher than you're getting in investing. Because let me tickle your beanbag for a second. I would wager that you're probably not very well versed in fucking investing if you couldn't figure out how to save more than $1. You're probably not the highest qualified person to invest money if you haven't figured out how to save $1. Investment comes from people who save capital, who preserve capital. That's where you invest money. You don't invest money that you don't fucking have. You don't invest money when you have credit card debt, $100,000 of student debt, and 6 months ago you were not ill prepared for a rainy day. You should not be investing, Anna. Like, maybe you should fucking reconsider that investment, pull it out, pay some of your debts down, and stop asking the fucking government to pay your shit off. This opportunity was granted to you. You should be utilizing this to recalibrate, to get back in fucking check, not invest money and fucking have an $8,000 wedding, you chooch. And then CNBC is gonna go and celebrate this shit? This is stupid. This is backwards ass logic. This is why everybody wants to be on the government dole. This is fucking trash, and everybody should be fucking ashamed of this stuff. This is stupid. Now here's another thing, and I'm gonna again, your beanbag is mangled right now. I'm gonna fucking steel toe boot your beanbag right now with the final coup de grace, the coup de tot, the coup de who gives a fuck. This is dumb as hell. The fucking article continues about Anna. Feeling more financially secure, $4,000 in the bank. 6 months ago, they didn't have a fucking penny. Didn't have $1 in the bank. Feeling more financially secure, it fucking says, also led them to take a risk and start a baking business together. Oh, they're starting a baking business. So that means that they're risking your fucking money. They're risking the money that should be paid to their debtors by risking money on a fucking baking business. They've since become known in their San Fernando Valley community for their Choco Flan, a fusion of chocolate cake and flan. We never thought we'd become entrepreneurs, Flores said. Yeah, you probably never thought you'd have more than $1. Like, what are you doing? So there's a picture of her baking business of this Choco Flan. Like, what are we doing? So not only are they investing money, they're risking money. I go to they have 31 fans. They have 31 fans on Facebook. They have 656 followers on Instagram on their Choco Flan business. They got a headlining article They got a headlining article on fucking CNBC. They have 666 followers, and they're talking about this Choco flan. And then here's a picture of... There's a picture of them. These are two young, able-bodied individuals. Her husband is a lab technician making next-generation cochlear implants, and he loves being in the kitchen. Miss H. Anna is a third-year elementary school counselor. So she's been working at the school for 3 years. She's been gainfully employed for 3 years. And her husband is a lab technician making cochlear implants. And this woman didn't have $1 in the photo that's on their Instagram page. She's got a nice dress on. She's got a nice necklace on. She's got a watch on. They're at a bar. They're using a cell phone. There's a picture of their computer. They're on a fucking iPad. They're on an expensive iPad or Apple computer. This is an expensive computer. You could have bought an HP DeskJet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell? There's a picture of them in their wedding photo. They're standing next to a fucking Tesla, a Tesla SUV, an expensive Tesla SUV. There's pictures of her cake. She's eating it with a fork. It's not a plastic fork. I'm just saying. Like, what are we doing? They have custom, there's a photo of them, and they have custom Mr. and Mrs. Baking aprons on. A baking apron's not free. You could have just bought a traditional baking apron. Why'd you buy a Mr. and Mrs.? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this just like further makes the case for what I'm talking about. Yet these are the people that are going to stand up and suggest that they need $50,000 from the federal government to pay down their student loan debts because victim, woe is me. Yet, why do you not have $1? Whatever though. So they mentioned multiple people in this story. So now let's get to the next one. There are more than 44 million student loan borrowers in the United States, and the country's outstanding balance is expected to exceed $2 trillion by 2022. Okay, the average student loan balance is around 30 grand, with up from 10K in the early 90s. Many borrowers owe $100,000 or more. It literally says many borrowers owe more than $100,000. It's like 6% of borrowers owe more than $100,000. And a lot of people that owe more than $100,000 are about to be gainfully employed as like doctors, lawyers, and people that make a lot of money that could probably pay off those debts. It's lying with statistics. They're not telling you the full nature of the story. They're just giving you a sob story. Many $100,000 or more. The average bill is $400 a month, and then again, this dumb as fucking shit article says, according to Ken Tranowitz, and research has found that those payments make it harder for people to save for their futures, open businesses, and start families. Cool. Now here's another one. Ethan Barnhart, a local government administrator in Columbus, Ohio, has around $60,000 in student loans. His wife, Elizabeth, a pediatrician, owes more than $400,000. Their combined monthly payments were over $700. Again, like $350 a month per person. A year off from those payments has left them in a stronger financial footing. Okay, the couple has been able to save for their retirement more than ever before. Save their emergency savings is larger than it's ever been. Okay. The average salary in the United States of a pediatrician is over $130,000 a year. Pediatrician, average salary. The average salary of a pediatrician, according to the... Dude, I can't stand this shit, man. They live in Columbus, Ohio. I'll even go to Ohio. I'll even go to the state of Ohio to see what the average pediatrician salary is in the state of Ohio where this woman lives that has $400,000 of debt because of her degree. Let's go to the state of Ohio. The average pediatrician salary in the state of Ohio is $150,000. This woman makes 150 stacks a year. Went to school to be a pediatrician. Has a husband, so a 2-income family. She's 33 years old. And she has $400K of debt. And $350 a month that she's saving with these delayed loan payments is allowing her to save for their retirement more than ever before, $350. Let me remind you that $150,000 a week, $150,000 in salary per year is $3,000, is almost $3,000 a week. Divided by 52 weeks, that's $2,884 a week. Divided by 5, you're talking $576 a day. This woman makes $576 a day in salary, and $350 a month of delayed payments is somehow radically changing her financial position. She makes $576 a day. Like, what the fuck? Not to mention that, like, bro, like, what the fuck are we talking about? $576 a day. A day. It gives you a good feeling of a sustainability. What the fuck? When unexpected expenses used to come up, they'd pull out their credit cards. Not anymore. When Elizabeth's car recently needed new brake pads and tires, they paid for the bills in cash. And for the first time, he and his wife are seriously thinking about starting a family. Bro, you make $576 a day by yourself. Dual income, no kids. These are dinks. Dual income, no kids. You got 2 salaries, 2 incomes, shared fucking expenses, shared rent, shared mortgage. You could share a fucking car probably. You live in Ohio. It's not like you live in Nigeria. Like, yo, figure out a better way. A pediatrician, the guy works in the government. These people are dual income, no kids, sharing their expenses. They're saving $350 a month a pop. She makes 150 racks a year, and they're fucking talking about, oh, we can finally raise kids. Now we can raise some kids. What do you mean? Like, what the hell are you talking about? This is such horseshit. $400,000 a year of debt, $400,000 of debt. Pay your bills, Elizabeth. You guys are dual income, no kids. Pay your fucking bills. Sob, sob, sob. Woe is me. Finally, we're finally thinking about starting kids. I would wager that this has nothing to do with your wanting to start kids. You're not sitting there like, if we only had an extra $350, we could start a family. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Now, they give one more example of Leticia Ortiz, who owes $8,000 in student loans. And at age of 60, before the clamdemic, she lost her job. Before it, she lost her job as an executive assistant. An executive assistant does not need a college degree, does not need student loans, but whatever. Finding new work has only become harder during the public health crisis. She has a 1-bedroom condo in Colton, California. Again, overpriced real estate in California, but not having to pay $160 a month toward her student loans gave her more breathing room. She's able to send more money to her mortgage lender. Like, dude, these are not stories worth caring about. Yet, this is the article. So again, it's like Joey Basement and the left and all of these pay everyone off, woe is me, sad, 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 I'm a victim. Like, this woman is 60 years old and has $8,000 in student debts. When did you accumulate that student debt? And if you accumulated that student debt later in life, like before you turned 60, why are you an executive assistant? Weren't you going to school with some intent? Weren't you going to school to get the skills necessary so that you could make enough that you could pay off an $8,000 student loan debt? She's 60 years old. When did you get that debt? Did you get it in your 20s? Did you get it in your 30s? Even if you got it in your 40s, 20 years to pay off $8,000? I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about? But whatever. You know? So it's like, I don't know, dude. Now let me remind you. On CNBC.com, who are, and like we all know that the mainstream media are propaganda machines for the left, for Big Blue, for government control, for all this other shit. If you go to CNBC, you can do a search. You can do a search for all their articles. You can do student loan forgiveness. You know how many articles CNBC.com has on the topic of student loan forgiveness? Let's take a guess. On the string of student loan forgiveness, this is not student loans, this is student loan forgiveness. There are 460 articles on the topic of student loan forgiveness on CNBC alone. This is student loan forgiveness, not student loans forgiveness. 460 articles for student loan forgiveness. I'm just going to use the string student loan and let's see how many it goes up to. You use student loans, that number goes up to 5,483 articles. Now, 5,483 articles on student loans, 483 articles on student loan forgiveness. And then for anybody that wants to say, well, what about the exact string student loan forgiveness? I'll put it in quotes so we know exactly how many articles mention the specific term student loan forgiveness. There are 259 articles on CNBC.com about the topic of the exact string student loan forgiveness. 259. Now, if you change student loan forgiveness to cancel student loans, which is even more, just like cancel them, forgiveness. These are just different terms, different ways to get to the same place. There's 141 articles, 141 with the exact string cancel student loans. So you've got, just on CNBC alone, you've got 600 some odd articles about the topic of canceling student loans and student loan forgiveness. Can you imagine the propaganda that's on here to push people, to push the U.S. taxpayer, every single one of us, every single one of you, every responsible taxpayer that chose not to take on these loans are supposed to subsidize the loans that millions of people took with any understanding of any plan to pay them back, any ability to pay them back, to get degrees that they didn't know, and highly inflated, highly bloated, overpriced college degrees. And now we're supposed to all subsidize those loans? Why? But whatever, right? Who cares? Who cares? Just pay it off. Cancel student loans. Don't you want everyone to get over? No, dude, because this is setting the tone. Yo, while I'm here, while everybody's still in here, I want to give a quick shout out to the people that made some donations on Venmo. I appreciate you guys so much. My boy Dane Steinke on Venmo with the donation. Thank you so much, brother. Levon Sanchez on Venmo and Ben J on Venmo. Thank you so much for the donations. I just want to give a quick shout out to the people that bought badges on Instagram. I keep seeing the same names over and over again. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. I literally see the same names, buying them over and over again. I really appreciate it. Jillian Kelly, thank you so much. Raven V. Jackson, thank you so much. Cherie ... thank you so much. Zimpity Zimp, thank you so much. Stephanie, thank you so much. J Koch 11, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jen Lee, AZ, thank you so much. D. Megan Hayward, thank you so much. JST Arnold, thank you so much. And A Mark Life, thank you so much, guys. I see the same people buying the badges every time. I appreciate you guys so much for that. Thank you kindly. And again, thanks to Dane, Levon, and Ben J for the donations on Venmo. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for that so much. It allows me to stay independent, consistent, and free. Just want to say thank you, guys. And a big thanks, and not to rain blows down on the men out there, but a big thanks to the women. 95% of the donations that have come in, I'd say 90% have come from females. So I want the ladies to know how much I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I just said Big Ray always on there. He's one of the dudes that appreciates. So thank you guys so much. And look, like I said, I've said it before, I don't expect you guys to make donations, but I really appreciate it so much that you're investing your hard-earned money to help the channel. So thank you so much for that. Now, I have a couple of other articles that I put on here, and I'm like, yo, this shit is insane. It's just a bag of dog shit. Thank you, Molly D. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm a millennial. I just learned about badges. Yeah, I to be honest, I only saw badges on another account like once or twice before they gave me the ability to do it. I was putting my Venmo on every live stream, and people were donating that way, and then out of nowhere they're just like, you're approved for badges. I was like, oh hell yeah. It's weird, the badges on the gram are not as good as Venmo's. They don't pay out for a long time. Like I've been accumulating them for like a month and a half now that I've had them, and I haven't gotten the first payout. I think it comes like at the end of next month or something. I don't know, but whatever. But I do appreciate it nonetheless. And like I said, anything that you contribute is highly appreciated. I thank you so much for that. All right, so the next thing is I want to talk about this other article. So there was to stay on the topic of college. I just saw this article on Daily Wire like 5 minutes before I came online, and I was like, what? I couldn't even believe this. But since we're on the topic of college, I just want to address this article really quick, and then I'll jump to the other things that I was going to talk about. The Columbia University is set to host. This came out as reported yesterday on the Daily Wire. Columbia University is set to host 6 separate graduation ceremonies based on sex, race, and income in the name of multiculturalism. These graduations will complement the existing school-wide ceremonies, and these segregated events will provide a more intimate setting for students and guests to gather, incorporate meaningful cultural traditions, and celebrate the specific contributions and achievements of their communities. Segregated. The ceremonies provided will include a Native graduation for Native American students, a Lavender graduation for students who identify as part of the LGBTQ community, an Asian graduation, an FLI graduation for first generation or low income, and members of the Latinx graduation, and a Black graduation. What do you even say about that? 6 graduations? 6 racially divided graduations? Like, I get the logic, I really do, but, like, what is that about? What does that even mean? Like, why are you doing, why are you doing that? I don't know, man. According to a report by the National Association of Scholars, more than 75 schools across the nation are going to offer optional segregated graduation ceremonies, including Harvard, University of California, San Diego, University of California, Irvine, Arizona State University, Stanford, UC Berkeley, of course, UCLA, and Yale. Those are the most notable and elite institutions. Like, what? Somebody said on Facebook, Michelle says, no white graduation, or is that racist? Nope. I didn't see anything about a white graduation. So apparently that is racist. Bro, what are we doing? Somebody brought up Pompeo. I'm collecting them for Pompeo points. Jen. Pompeo! Where's Pompeo when we need him? So, I mean, this is what it's come to. This is where we're at right now. This is where we're at. Cool. 6 graduation ceremonies. That seems fine. Okay. So this other article that I saw that I want to talk about was... Yo, this shit is crazy. So there's 2 other things. There's so many things. I have so many things on here that I want to talk about. They're like, it's hard to relate them all. Let me look at this one. So we got Joey Basement planning the largest tax hike in almost 30 years. That's going to be a great one. I can't wait for that one. I don't want to talk about that one right now. But what I wanted to go into was this article about, or this story about the woman in Tennessee that got pulled over for a routine traffic stop. She had 6 outstanding warrants listed on the car that she was driving, or something like that. And she herself has had some brush-ins with the law. And this woman, I don't know if you guys saw the story, happened in Tennessee a couple days ago. This woman, there's body cam footage that was released of her, gets out of the car, the cop is going through her purse, and she's standing there calling her mother, telling her mother that she's got to come and pick her up. And the guy finds, like, she's had brush-ins with the law, her car there's 6 warrants out for the car or something like that, and the guy pulls her over to do a routine traffic stop. He goes in her purse and he finds, I guess, marijuana and a white powder substance. And he goes to arrest her. He's like, hey, put your hands behind your back. There's body cam footage of the whole thing. She starts screaming, "No, no, no!" Runs away from him, is avoiding the arrest, runs around the car, makes him chase her. The guy's telling her to stop. He's giving her verbal commands, telling her what he needs her to do. She does not comply. He chases her and then he starts to tase her. He's like, "I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you." He starts to tase her. He tases her multiple times. He tases this woman multiple times and it doesn't stun her. She gets in the car. She's closing the car door to try to get away from him. The guy is tasing her multiple times, and she's not stopping and in the car, not complying with his orders. The guy is fighting with this woman hand to hand, and like, quite frankly, he could have punched her in the face, he could have yanked her out of the car, but he was probably trying to like not escalate the situation. When the tase doesn't take, the woman grabs a gun out of the center console of the car, and the guy says, "No, drop the gun, drop the gun." Doesn't shoot her first. I would have had every right to blast her right in the face and subdue the situation. And she shoots him. And this woman pulls the gun and shoots this cop and hits him in the torso. And then he fires back and hits her. Despite being hit and despite the cop laying on the ground with a gunshot to his torso, she drives the car away and she makes it half a block down the street and crashes off into a bush. She later dies at the hospital from her injuries. A couple of hours later. This woman's mother was on TV and was making statements to the press about how she thought that her daughter was wrong for pulling a gun on the police officer, but that he should have handled it differently. She was appalled, or whatever the words were, about how how the cop handled the situation. This cop got shot. She didn't just pull a gun, she shot him and then drove away. It's on camera. You can watch it for yourself. I would encourage you to watch the video. But the press and this woman's mother are like so appalled by this and so surprised by this. And like, yes, thankfully, I see you asking on Instagram, the cop survived. Yeah, the cop survived. He was wearing a bulletproof vest. If he didn't have a bulletproof vest, the cop probably would have died. The cop was a big, heavy-set guy. Like, big guy, like an obese guy, real heavy dude, not a fast mover. Got shot right in the stomach. And like, it's just like, yo, can we have some personal responsibility? Like, this woman shot this cop. She tried to murder this cop. And people online and on Twitter and shit are talking about this like, oh, like, he shouldn't have done that, another such and such, like demonizing the cop. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, this woman pulled a gun on a police officer. And not only did she pull a gun, she shot him. It was in North Nashville. The cop's name was Officer Josh Baker, a 14-year veteran. Police said the owner of the car had 6 outstanding drug warrants. 6 outstanding drug warrants. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said the driver, 31-year-old Nika Nicole Herbert, and Baker exchanged fire. Both suffered gunshot wounds. He had to get surgery. This cop, who is a 14-year veteran and doing his legal, lawful duty to protect the citizens of the greater Tennessee area, has to get surgery for a gunshot wound because this garbage person woman shot him in the stomach to prevent a traffic stop. This woman, if not guilty of the 6 outstanding drug warrants for the car, which she said was not related to her, could be living today if it weren't for her own dog shit actions. Yet you're going to have the audacity, the mother is going to get on the news and say, the mother said on the news, quote, "I don't think my daughter shot him. And why does she have multiple gunshot wounds? I'm not understanding, how did this turn into a shooting? And all it was is you pulled her over because you were looking for the car it belonged to. Why is my daughter dead? Your daughter's dead because she shot a fucking police officer that was trying to arrest her. That's why she's fucking dead." Like, this woman should be ashamed of herself saying this shit. I don't think my daughter shot him. Oh, you mean you don't fucking know and you're jumping to a conclusion, you're giving statements to the press about this? And look, I'm not saying that the press is great. It's on NBC, News 4 Nashville, so it's like, we know how they manipulate this shit. I'm just saying. Like, let's not get it twisted. This guy's a 14-year veteran. Now, what bugs me even more, which I think is just alludes to the greater hazard of all this stuff, is how grossly unintelligent people are about these types of subjects in public matters. You go on Twitter and you look at the people that are talking about this, and it's like, what universe are you guys living in? Like, how are you even talking about this? So I'm just gonna go on Twitter, and I haven't looked today, but when I looked at it last night, I was sitting there in bed just like appalled. Like, really, dude? This is what people are gonna say? They're gonna like, how about some applause for this cop that just took a gunshot to the stomach, trying to do his job? Let's just do a Nika. I think her name was Nika Holbert. Let's see what the garbage Twitterverse is saying about this. Listen to this, bro. I can't fucking stand this. I haven't even looked at this. I'm just typing this in right now. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. If you don't have a problem with Nika Nicole Holbert being fatally shot by a Tennessee cop, then have the same energy Rashad Brooks and Jacob Blake, who were also committing crimes when they were shot. Unsympathetic perpetrators do not excuse poor police work. How does this guy do any poor police work? What could this guy have done? The guy took a gunshot wound to the torso before firing back. He took a gun. He saw her with the gun, pointing the gun, and he received a gunshot to the stomach before shooting back at this woman. And you're saying that this is poor police work? Hey, Nikki Millennium on Twitter, you suck. You're a fucking clown. You should be embarrassed. Rebecca Cardenas, exclusive. The mother said, I don't think my daughter shot him. There's a video of it, but okay. Underground-talk.com. Nicole Holbert murdered by Nashville police after being wrongly identified as the owner of a car that had warrants out for their arrest. Say her name. Say her name. That's a real tweet. Yo, you're a clown. Yo, undergroundtalk.com, you're a fucking clown. First of all, this woman was not murdered by a Nashville police officer. He was defending himself and doing his lawful fucking duty to protect other people. Because quite frankly, this fucking psychopath woman was driving around with a gun in her fucking car and drugs in her fucking purse and was willing to fire a shot at a police officer. That means that she would fire a shot at just about fucking anyone. Shut the fuck up, you fucking idiots. That's a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. NY Post. Oh my God. Oh, okay, that's not the headline from the New York Post. Okay, good. This is a disgrace. Dear Janai on Twitter. The cop who shot Nicole Herbert is fat as hell and shouldn't be anyone's cop. Yo, cool, dude. That seems fine. And then you go to her Twitter account. I'm sure she's a vision of health. Look, based on her profile picture, she doesn't look too fucking slim herself. But yeah, make fun of the cops. Wait, fuck you. This woman was 31 years old, supposedly not guilty, firing a gun at a police officer. Get the fuck out of here, man. This guy was not being aggressive. She could have taken the cuffs, gone to jail, allowed him to process it. She would have been out in 3 hours. She didn't do any. She would have had a minor drug charge, and she'd be alive today. No justice. They're comparing this to Breonna Taylor. Give me a break. Now they're having a. So it's just like. The officer was in critical condition after this happened. And no one cares about the cop. No one's talking about the cop. No one's talking about this brave police officer that just took a gunshot wound to the stomach before, instead of shooting her, he could have shot her point blank right on the spot. She pulls a gun out. He could have shot her right there. He would have been well within his rights to shoot her right then. But he didn't. And then these people are going to say sloppy police work, and all the articles are about him, and all the articles are about her. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, this is the type of mentality that a lot of these woke people have, and it's just troubling. It's the financial stuff. It's this. This woman had drug charges. She was in a car with a guy that had 6 more. Who's the person she's associating with? Whose car are you in that has 6 outstanding drug arrests? And if she was so innocent and clean and guilty, why does she have drugs in her purse? She had drugs in her purse. That's what he found. And he had a gun. But whatever. Who cares? Who cares about the truth? Who cares about what actually happened? Who cares about what matters? Yet you got all these people comparing this to Breonna Taylor. No justice. Fatally shot by a Tennessee cop. She was not falsely identified as the owner. Like, when she got out of the car, he would have known. So he was just like, let me check your purse. Like, do we know that she had that? Do you guys out there honestly think that this gun was registered? You think that she registered this gun to her name? I don't know. We don't know I don't know if the full body cam footage is out, like the one from the original stop. Maybe he asked her if she had a gun. Did he ask her if she had a gun in the car? I don't know. So whatever. I just think that these are all just illusions. These are all just delusions, popular delusions of the left, popular delusions of woke culture, popular delusions of people that are supposedly mentally cognizant enough to have a basic understanding of how the world works. And they're going to get mad at this cop, call the cop fat, insult him, talk about how she was murdered, read articles and write articles about wokeness, about, oh, look, they spent $8,000 on their wedding. Wow. Meanwhile, the other woman's making $150,000 a year. Like, give me a fucking break. So it's just like add it to the never-ending list of clownery, of tomfoolery, of all the people that are around here, and all of these woke voices that are just weighing in on shit that they have no understanding of. It's just troubling. And then I didn't watch the Grammys last night because I'd rather smash my skull in a vice than watch a bunch of fucking celebrities woke each other. I saw a couple of clips. I saw the Cardi B clip that everybody saw today. I saw the clip of Taylor Swift sitting in the crowd with all of her diapers. As soon as she wins, rips the diaper off, goes and kisses and hugs a bunch of people, goes on stage with 7-8 people, doesn't socially distance. Meanwhile, they're finding people in Los Angeles, shutting down restaurants and shit, cutting off the power. Yet the celebrities can go and just fucking kiss and hug right on TV. It's like, fuck out of here. So it's like, this shit is such bullshit. It's so obvious. It's in plain sight. The fact that the Grammys viewership was half of what it was in previous years, I think, is a sign of the times. It's a sign of the culture that people are waking up to this bullshit, and people are starting to understand that these people don't give a fuck about us. They're creating two divided factions of people that understand the truth and people that are woefully unaware. People that listen to celebrities, people that celebrate progressive, woke, cancel values. Their hypocrisy is off the fucking charts. They don't give a fuck about anybody. It's a disgrace, and it's like, it's more than obvious, but they got a stranglehold over the media. They got a stranglehold over social. They got a stranglehold over the algorithms. They got a stranglehold over the banks. And despite all that, who's our big savior? You got these rhino Republican clowns that are fucking caving on their own bullshit. Like, I saw the one about the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, coming out and saying that he doesn't support Gab, a free speech platform, demonizing a free speech platform after we know fucking all of the stuff that happened with silencing on social media, and then you're going to come out being a Republican, one that's supposedly here for freedom, and you're going to come out and make a story about how Gab has to get shut down? Fuck off. These people are fucking savages. what I hope all people understand and what everybody needs to realize is that smaller government is the answer to this. Smaller government, less power in the hands and control of these fucking tyrants. These people do not know or care about us. They're caving to the woke mob. They're doing things in their own financial interests and the interest of their donors. They don't give a fuck about us. It's a complete and total fucking lie, total fallacy, and it's a disgrace. And last but not least, the last thing that's just the coup de garbe on top of it all is another clip that I saw from the Grammys. Was a rapper by the name of Lil Baby, and I saw this like 10-second clip of Lil Baby's performance where he supposedly he acted out basically the same type of thing that happened like a BLM style protest or like a BLM or a white on black cop arrest. The cop put a knee on someone's back, and then it showed I think they were acting out the one where the guy was asleep in the car at the Wendy's. Which, like, he fought with police, he tased police, he grabbed the police officer's taser. We don't have to get into it, but whatever. So this guy, Lil Baby, is rapping this song, and he shows a reenactment of this scene, and then the reaction of what they're supposed to do was some guy runs up with a Molotov cocktail and wings it at what looks like a Wendy's restaurant and burns the Wendy's. So they're just going to burn a private business in this music video enactment act on the Grammys. And people are going to celebrate this. And then at the end of the performance, Lil Baby finished the performance by jumping onto a police car with Killer Mike and Tamika standing in front of him for support. I assume Tamika is an activist. She's an activist. Saying that it's been hell for 400 years. My people, we demand the freedom this land promises. Standing on a police car, endorsing Molotov cocktailing a private business because a guy fought with 2 police officers and grabbed their taser. Cool. And then Killer Mike, who I like Killer Mike, but Killer Mike is going to stand there and stand on top of a police car with him celebrating this. Killer Mike has been widely pumped by Bernie Sanders in the sandbags camp, and Killer Mike is out here endorsing this stuff. It's like, all right, cool guys, we know where these guys stand. So that's why the fucking Grammys are a clown circus. That's why this shit is whack as fuck. The only people that care about this shit are Taylor Swift. The winds of change are blowing, and like this is the type of shit that I just think is just indicative of a far greater shift. And the only way to combat it is for us people that understand what's going on to talk about it more, be about it more, share it, support people that put out this type of content, watch this type of content, share this type of content, endorse this type of content, and do all the things that you know that you have to do that you guys are already doing. And that's it. So that's why I love listening to electronic music. That's why I love listening to dance music. It doesn't tell me what to think. It's just I love that. It's not telling me what I need to worry about, money, cars, hoes, whatever. It's just beats. I love that about dance music. It just lets me think whatever I want. It's like reading a book. It's better than a book. It's just beats. I love that. That's why I love dance music so much. So that's my 2 cents. The clown circus. Anyhow, it's 1:30. I'm gonna venture away. I want to thank you guys for being here. We've still got 100 people strong between the book and Instagram. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here for this late night event. Again, big thanks to the people that made donations on Venmo. I noticed the donation came through on BobbySauce.com earlier, so thank you so much for that. Thank you all so much. The 13 people that bought badges here on the Instagram, I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys. For everybody that does not already follow me, please make sure if you're on Instagram, go follow me on Facebook, facebook.com, Bobby Sausalito. If you're on Facebook and you don't follow me on Instagram, please go follow me on Instagram at takenaps. And for all of you, please go follow me on YouTube. I need more followers on the YouTube. Please go over to YouTube and give me a follow over there. I appreciate that so much. For everybody that doesn't know, obviously go to bobbysauce.com. All the links are in the footer to all my socials. I'm on Parler at takenaps, and again, thank you guys so much that all bought the badges and made the donations. I appreciate that so much. I know my last live stream I didn't put on YouTube right away, so for the guys that are going to ask in the comments immediately, are you going to put this on YouTube? I'm going to download this one down and drop it up on YouTube right now, because I know everybody's been wanting to do that to rewatch them, so I'm going to drop it on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. On YouTube, it's Bobby Sausalito. Bobby Sausalito on YouTube. YouTube.com/Bobby Sausalito. All the links are in the footer on BobbySauce.com. Just go to BobbySauce.com. The footer, all the links are there. And if anybody ever forgets, you can just go to BobbySausalito.com, and all the links are there as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. And I will retire on that note. Thank you guys for everything. I'm going to come out with a video tomorrow. I'll get back on it. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm rebuilding the sinuses. My voice is still not all the way there. But I appreciate you guys being here. All right, Facebook, peace out. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And Instagram, thank you guys so much. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for all the follows. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your time. I'll see you tomorrow.